All of life is a coming home. Salesmen, secretaries, coal miners, beekeepers, sword swallowers, all of us. All the restless hearts of the world, all trying to find a way home. It's hard to describe what I felt like then. Picture yourself walking for days in a driving snow. You don't even know you're walking in circles. The heaviness of your legs in the drifts. Your shouts disappearing into the wind. How small you can feel. How far away home can be. Home. The dictionary defines it as both a place of origin and a goal or destination. And the storm was all in my mind. Or as the poet Dante put it, in the middle of the journey of my life, I found myself in a dark wood, for I had lost the right path. Eventually, I would find the right path, but in the most unlikely place.
How many fingers do you see?
You crazy Stop sneaking up on me like that.
How many?
4.
4? 4? Another idiot.
You're gonna love it here. Got a new one, Jane. Hunter Adams, self-committed, suicidal. Slate him with Dr. Prack.
All right.
My father died when I was 9. He was in the army. He wasn't home very much. 2 weeks before he died, he told me that in the Korean War, it felt like he lost his soul. All this time, I thought it was me. I've moved 7 times in the last year. I've had several jobs. Nothing seemed to fit. I don't seem to fit.
And when your father died, how did that make you feel?
I don't know. I was 9. It was like there's this distinction suddenly between you and the rest of the world. I looked around me. Life went on just like it did before. But it wasn't like it was before. My uncle helped. He would visit. He at least listened. And I thought, if I could light my own farts, I could fly to the moon, or at least Uranus. But if I couldn't do that, at least I could use my penis as a pogo stick, and that might be a way of getting around.
I'm sorry? Yes, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, I think you're making fine progress, Hunter. We'll talk later in group.
Thank you.
Why are we meeting in here? It's cramped.
Well, Everton, we're meeting in here so that Rudy can participate.
It's cramped.
Does anyone else have a thought on that?
Cramped!
I think he has a question.
Do you find that funny, Hunter, making fun of a man's infirmity?
Maybe he does have a question. He's alive.
He's catatonic.
He still has a brain. Maybe he wants to participate, too.
Yeah. Maybe he has a question.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he knows why we're cramped.
Maybe Beanie knows a lot more than we give him credit for. May I come in?
If you bend your medial and collateral ligaments, place one talus in front of another, I don't see where you'd have a problem. Of course, if there were a news story covering this event, the headline might read, "Small brain enters room."
Fingers. What's the answer?
Oh, you're another one of those bright young fellows who always know the right answer, huh? Welcome to real life. How many do you see?
There are 4 fingers, Arthur.
No. Look at me. What? You're focusing on the problem. If you focus on the problem, you can't see the solution. Never focus on the problem. Look at me. How many do you see? No. Look beyond the fingers. How many do you see?
8.
8. 8. Yes. 8's a good answer. Yes. See what no one else sees. See what everyone else chooses not to see. Out of fear, conformity, and laziness. See the whole world anew each day. Now, the truth is, you're well on the way. If you didn't see something here besides a crazy, bitter old man, you wouldn't have come in the first place.
What do you see when you look at me, Arthur?
You fixed my cup. I'll see you around. Patch.
Rudy, stop. You're throwing off my rhythm. You'll go blind. Please.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Then go. It's right over there, 15 feet away.
I would, but
What, the squirrels? How many?
there's only one just now.
You can't go to the bathroom because of one squirrel?
If I get off the bed, he'll get the others.
Oh, Rudy. That's not the point. They're squirrels. Squirrels, Rudy. They're one of the most amiable creatures on the planet.
Oh, no, they're not.
On the list of hostile predators, they're right above the bottom, just above baby chicks and slugs. What could they possibly want? You're nuts?
Do you think?
I'd like to leave.
Hunter, we'll have to discuss this at your scheduled time.
I'm leaving.
And have you thought about what you'll do?
I want to help people. Last night with Rudy, I connected to another human being. I want more of that. I want to learn about people. I want to help them with their troubles.
That's what I do.
But you suck at it. You don't even look at people when they're talking. I want to listen. I want to really listen to people.
I'm sorry, Hunter. I can't allow you to leave. I believe you still have some issues to work out.
Well, I don't need your permission because I admitted myself.
Hunter, I must warn you. My report will read AMA, that you were signed out of this hospital against medical advice.
And my report will read IDGARA. I don't give a rat's ass. And my name is Patch. Hey, it's a nice room.
May I help you?
Yeah, you know, I could really use a foot massage right about now.
Rephrasing, what are you doing here?
I'm your new roommate. I'm moving in.
I don't mean to be rude, but aren't you a little old to be starting medical school?
You know, Babe Ruth was 39 when he joined the Yankees.
No, he wasn't.
You're right. But I could really use an example like that, and if you ever find one, please let me know. Hi. Patch Adams.
Mitch Roman, Georgetown University. I was awarded the William F. Thompson Scientific Achievement Award.
Emerson Elementary. I once drew a picture of a rabbit that got me 2 gold stars.
First, do no harm. What is implicit in this simple precept of medicine? An awesome power. The power to do harm. Who gives you this power? The patient. A patient will come to you at his moment of greatest dread, hand you a knife and say, "Doctor, cut me open." Why? Because he trusts you. He trusts you the way a child trusts. He trusts you to do no harm. Sad fact is, human beings are not worthy of trust. It is human nature to lie, take shortcuts, lose your nerve, get tired, make mistakes. No rational patient would put his trust in a human being, and we're not going to let him. It is our mission here to rigorously and ruthlessly train the humanity out of you and make you into something better. We're going to make doctors out of you.
Hi, I'm Patch. You've just experienced a North American greeting, whereby one person offers a verbal label to another as an expression of welcome and friendship.
Lesbian, ballbuster, airhead, leech, whichever one of these disgusts you the most, take your pick. Please, pass the word. I'm not here to date. I am not here to flirt. I'm here to study.
Oh, thank you.
I thought only I could repel women with that kind of raw efficiency.
Well, you just met your match. Patch Adams.
Truman Schiff.
Nice to meet you, Truman. Will you go out with me?
Did you buy everything the dean was saying today?
What do you mean?
I mean, that whole drill sergeant thing, like, we're gonna make doctors out of you medical scum.
Now drop down, give me 20. That whole Marine thing. We're not even going to see a patient until the 3rd year. Up until then, it's just memorizing facts. Why don't you just shove the book up? Right here on the colon. That's where it's going anyway. Thanks very much.
So why do you want to be a doctor?
I want to help. I want to connect with people. A doctor interacts with people at their most vulnerable. He offers treatment, but he also offers counsel and hope. That's why I love the idea of being a doctor.
I've always been fascinated by the development of the human mind.
Pumping neurons.
We start out so open and spontaneous. We're real individuals, and then somewhere along the way, we're drawn to conform. It's as if we're conditioned by programmed responses.
That's true. But sometimes you can alter the program response just by changing some of the conditions, altering the parameters.
Here we have a juvenile onset diabetic with poor circulation and diabetic neuropathy. As you can see, these are diabetic ulcers with lymphedema and evidence of gangrene. Questions?
Any osteomyelitis?
None apparent, although not definitive.
Treatment?
To stabilize the blood sugar, consider antibiotics, possibly amputation.
What's her name? I was just wondering the patient's name.
Marjorie.
Hi, Marjorie.
Hi. Yes, thank you. Let's move on.
Hello. I'm Patch. I'm studying medicine here. Well, not here, but you know.
Look at here, Judy. Another future boss.
Oh, I wouldn't look at it like that.
You may think I'm exaggerating, but in another 5 years, you'll be so full of yourself, you'll have to hang a cup out your ass just to catch the excess.
Ouch.
Well, hell, why not? It's the only time in my life I'm gonna outrank him. Might as well enjoy it.
Who's in that room?
No, don't even think about it. He'll bite your head off.
Mr. Davis, pancreatic cancer.
How long does he have?
Longer than you if you go in that room. So be sure you steer clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I've checked up on you, Hunter. Patch. Hunter, Dr. Pratt was a colleague of mine at Brigham. He tells me you have a brilliant mind, and like many brilliant people, you don't necessarily think the rules apply to you.
Not all the rules, sir, but the golden rule, I think that applies to everyone. Don't you, sir?
I've also heard you have a real passion to be a doctor, Hunter.
Patch.
Truth of it is, Hunter, passion doesn't make doctors. I make doctors. Understood?
Understood.
Good. Medical students, as a rule, have no contact with patients until the 3rd year. Is that clear?
It is, sir, but don't you think it would be
Our
better?
way of doing things is a product of centuries of experience. It's all there for a reason. It's my hospital. I know everything that goes on inside of it. Everything.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop you from studying.
Away!
Well, I just believe there's more to being a doctor than memorizing facts about the ventricular
I don't
arteries.
care what you think. I care about my biology test.
Well, maybe I could help you. I read the bio book.
You've read the whole book.
Oh, yeah. And I'm on to Whitman. You know, you can get a copy of Leaves of Grass at the bookstore if you have a 20% student ID card.
I don't want Walt Whitman.
Well, he wouldn't want you either. He was a homosexual. But that's not relevant. What's relevant is that he was a medical man. He was a nurse in the Civil War and wrote great poetry. A foot and lighthearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world
Look,
before.
I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but in a class of 163 students, there are 8 women. 8. I've had to work really hard to get here, and I'm gonna have to work even harder to stay here. And I'm not about to blow it by wasting my time on your flighty theories of goodness. I'm here to learn about medicine. Period. Excuse me.
Just a guess, but I think somebody's running away from something.
Why can't it just be that I'm running away from you?
Do I look thin to you? I'm trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to lose a little weight. Is that too much? Have I gone too far here? I got a boner. I am a boner.
Donner, party of 50? Donner! Donner party over here!
Don't believe everything you read. Looks like you didn't need that study group after all.
Well, it's no 98, but I'm still here. You know, this completely disrupts my point of view. It was so much more convenient thinking of you as an idiot.
Hey, don't count me out yet.
It's frustrating. I study all night and I'm barely hanging on by my fingernails.
Forget about that. I want to show you something that's extraordinary.
An enema bulb?
It used to be. This amazing piece of rubber, when applied to your face, can brighten another person's day. Even a suffering patient.
I'm sure it's really great for kids.
Oh, no, not just kids. Anybody. Patients are opening up to me, Corinne. They're sharing their dreams, their fantasies. And if you hit on the right topic, they brighten up for one brief moment. They don't concentrate on the pain. They don't even feel the pain. Try it on.
No, thank you.
I want you to try it on and help me. Come on, just try it on. If you don't laugh, I'll never see it again. But if you do, you have to help me. Just try it on.
Ta-da. You didn't say anything about a mirror.
Who do you think you look like?
Carl Malden? Cheated.
You can take the nose off now.
So what's the favor?
That was incredible, Patch. Almost as good as the real thing. One last safari. It's all I wanted. Thank you, Truman. Both of you. That was wonderful. It's been a long time for me.
What about you, dear? What's your fantasy?
When I was a little girl, whenever my mother would cook spaghetti, she would let me reach into the pot and squeeze the noodles. I've always wanted to be in a swimming pool full of noodles, wall to wall and top to bottom. An entire pool full of noodles.
What you did in there, it was very nice, I admit.
Whoa, is that little ice that just chipped off?
You're never serious, are you?
No, I tried that for years. Never really worked for me.
Well, I'd better go hit the thorax as well, so.
I have a crush on you. Ha! Can't believe I just blurted that out.
Look, thank you for taking me along tonight. I actually had fun. Good night.
Wait a minute. Just now when I said I had a crush on you, you didn't say, no way, loser, I'd rather have a lobotomy by a leper. I mean, that means something.
Well, maybe I was just being polite and I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
But you're not polite. You're rude. Sometimes you're downright bitchy.
Good night.
Good night. Blue skies shining on me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song.
Are you a doctor?
Oh, no. I'm a medical student. But if there's anything I can do to help you.
You want to help me?
What can I do?
Listen, you little do-gooder prick. If you want to make yourself feel good, don't make me pay for it. Now get out of here, because you don't help shit.
Do you want to tell me what it is you think you're doing?
Just getting a few laughs, sir. And the American Journal of Medicine has found that laughter increases secretion of catecholamines and endorphins, which in turn increases oxygenation of the blood, relaxes the arteries, speeds up the heart, decreases blood pressure, which has a positive effect on all cardiovascular and respiratory ailments, as well as overall increasing the immune system response.
Smart clown, huh?
Mr. Adams, when I told you I knew Dr. Pratt, did I mislead you in some way to think I'm a pushover like he is? Kindly remove that coat. I told you you are not to see the patients till the 3rd year.
I'm just visiting friends, sir.
Why are you here? If you want to be a clown, go join the circus. Patients don't need to be entertained. They don't need a friend. They need a doctor. I don't want to see you in this hospital again.
What if I visit the patients on my own time?
Yes, about your own time. It's been brought to our attention that perhaps we should be suspicious of the level of your grades.
What are you saying? I'm cheating?
Your scores are among the top in your class, yet you never seem to study.
That's ridiculous.
Your classmates don't seem to think so.
Really?
Who? I'm warning you. Stay out of this hospital.
You told Walcott I cheated. I know you did it. Just tell me why.
Look, cut the crap, Hunter. I live with you. I know how much you study, or I should say don't study. And you do better than me. Give me a break.
You arrogant, pompous prick. Who appointed you custodian of the medical profession? Is it because your father was a doctor and his father was a doctor? Some sort of genetic thing?
You're damn right.
Really?
You know, I grew up with it. I know what it takes to look in the eyes of dying people day after day after day and to come home for dinner at night. I know what it takes. You don't have it.
Oh, really? And you do? If you don't like me, just say it.
I don't like you.
Why don't you like me? You're a prick and I like you.
Because you make my effort a joke. I want to be a doctor. This isn't a game to me. This isn't playtime. This is serious business. I have it in me to be a great doctor. But in order to do that, I have to sacrifice if I want to be better.
Better. Better than me,
I will save lives that could have otherwise not been saved. Now, I could be like you and go around laughing and have a good time, haha, but I prefer to learn, because the more I learn, the more likely I'll have the right answer at the crucial moment and save a life. You say I'm a prick? You say I'm a prick? You know, maybe I am. But you ask the average person when death comes knocking at their door whether they want a prick on their side or some kindergarten teacher who's gonna kiss their ass. Because when that day comes, I want the prick. And so will you.
You know, I forget how young you are, Mitch. That you think that you have to be a prick to get things done, and that you actually think that that's a new idea. Why don't you say anything?
Sorry, Patrick. I think Walcott has a point. It's a hospital, and people are suffering and dying.
We're all dying, Truman. Our job is to increase health. You know what that means? That means improving the quality of life, not just delaying death.
Either way, for your own sake, I think you should just lay low for a while.
Maybe you're right. Preview of coming attractions. There's death, to die, to expire, to pass on, to perish, to peg out, to push up daisies, to push up posies, to become extinct, curtains, deceased, demised, departed and defunct. Dead as a doornail, dead as a herring, dead as a mutton, dead as nits. The last breath, paying a debt to nature, the big sleep. God's way of saying, slow down.
To check out.
To shuffle off this mortal coil.
To head for the happy hunting ground.
To blink for an exceptionally long period of time.
To find oneself without breath.
To be the incredible decaying man.
Worm buffet.
Kick the bucket.
By the farm.
Take the cab.
Cash in your chips.
And if we bury your ass up, we have a place to park my bike.
Woo! Come on, it's sheet number 9. Ride that 4-feet pony. Come on now, boy. Yeah! Come on now, rolling out. Yeah, yeah.
Let's check out the maternity ward. You know those chicks put out.
Before we adjourn, Dean Walcott has a brief announcement.
Oh, he's gonna have the sex change. I knew this.
Next Monday, the hospital is hosting a medical seminar/retreat in the Fellowship of American College of Gynecologists.
I'll get the strippers.
It is important that they be received in a manner suitable to their status and position. I have traditionally selected an outstanding student to head the welcoming committee. Time demands are great, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize the academic performance of a weaker student. This year, I have chosen Hunter Adams.
Thank you.
Hunter, there's a detailed list of instructions in my office. Oh, and the auditorium could use a good cleaning.
Did you hear him? In a style according to their stature and position. I am a great doctor. Worship me. Spread before me. Who dares stand? You know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should decorate with a Western motif. How about that? Something with stirrups. And a big banner that says, "Howdy, Gynaroos! Dilated to meet you." How about that?
How about just doing it straight?
What do you mean?
As in straight to graduation.
Oh, if anybody has a problem with this, please,
Just walk away right now.
Welcome, cold-handed ones. It's an honor to greet/welcome so many who have touched so many women in such a powerful way. Come on in. Watch out. It's a little slippery. And if you think it's hot out there, whoa! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Get him in my office now.
You wanted to see me, sir?
You are dismissed. Sir. From this school. Kindly remove your things and vacate the school premises as soon as possible.
What for? For asking a group of doctors to have a sense of humor about themselves?
Oh, I have a sense of humor, Hunter. I find it hilarious that as smart as you are, you could give me an airtight reason to throw you the hell out of here.
Why am I such a threat to you, sir?
Because what you want is for us to get down there on the same level as our patients, to destroy objectivity, all to uphold some idealistic buddy system that will allow you to work through your own feelings of inadequacy. What you have done here today is inexcusable. You have made a complete mockery out of our distinguished guests, and if you think for 1 minute that I will further tolerate your blatant disregard of the bylaws of this... What are you smiling at? Is this all a big joke to you? Get out of here!
Blatant disregard for school code and procedure. Defiant direct orders from a dean. And I'm aware of your creative efforts to make sure our visiting gynecologists feel right at home. Now, what is it you'd like me to do for you?
I want to graduate, sir. Dean Walcott thinks otherwise, but my grades are way above par. I want to finish school so I can become a doctor.
Well, I'm going to give this to you real straight. I have a hospital and a medical school to run here. I have to trust the people in my employ, otherwise their quality of life will turn to shit. Their life turned to shit, my life turned to shit. Do you follow?
Yes.
Good. Now, Dean Walcott is a pain in the ass, but I depend on him to keep me up to speed on what's going on around here, and I would never take the word of any student over his. However, I also have a source that informs me that your antics have improved the quality of life of the patients. They don't complain as much, they take less medication, and what's his name over in 305 has not thrown his bedpan at a nurse in over a week.
It's Bill.
Yeah, whatever. So, from now on, you will not enter that hospital unless under the supervision of the attendant as part of the curriculum, and you will steer clear of Dean Walcott.
So I'm still in school?
I wouldn't send the laundry out, but you just don't screw up, huh?
I do not love you as if you were salt rose or topaz, or the arrow of carnations the fire shoots off. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret, between the shadow and the soul.
Finish it later. You know, you could have saved yourself a lot of trouble and just asked me out.
Who said anything about asking you out?
Heard something about you.
That I was in a mental hospital?
Is it true?
Tried to kill myself. The mental ward was the best thing that ever happened to me.
What did the doctors do to help you?
The doctors didn't help me. The patients helped me. They helped me realize that by helping them, I could forget about my own problems. And I did. I really helped some of them. It was an incredible feeling, Frank. There was one patient named Rudy. I helped him be able to pee. But for the first time in my life, I forgot about my own problems. It was an incredible high. What?
It's just that, somebody, you know, could do for me what you did for me tonight after the way I've treated you. No one's ever done anything like that for me before. Thank you. Good night.
No, this is not a good night. This is a great night! You know?
Hi, I'm John the Baptist. Any calls?
I've been trying to reach you.
Turquoise is a nice color on you. You don't have to say anything. I know I look good.
My boys. My boys are beautiful. Huh? Did you see my boys?
She's not bad either. You think after you're gone, maybe I could?
You're killing me here, Patch. Sing me that stupid song.
Blue skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song. Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. What do you see?
Patch, it's late.
What do you see?
Parsley. And a horn.
No.
And a...
Look beyond the objects, Look through them. Over here, look. Kind of let them blur. Tell me the first thing you see.
Something with a nose.
Okay, now imagine that's a building with a nose. A free hospital.
A free hospital. Can I go back to bed now?
No, because I'm bursting with ideas and I need you to help me. It'll be the first fun hospital in the world. It'll be a totally free-form building. It'll have, like, slides and secret passageways and game rooms.
Slow down, I can't write that fast.
I can't slow down. We'll use humor to heal pain and suffering. Doctors and patients will work side by side as peers. There'll be no titles, no bosses. People will come from all over the world to fulfill their dream of helping other people. It'll be a community where joy is a way of life, where learning is the highest aim, where love is the ultimate goal, huh? You have all that?
Yeah, not verbatim, but the overall insanity's intact.
That's why you have to help me with this.
Patch, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I know it's not going to be an easy road, but you said anything worth doing is difficult.
Look, I'm not like you, Patch. I want the white coat. I want people to call me doctor more than anything. I want the recognition.
And you get it every day in the eyes of patients you're helping. I mean, there is more to life than what Dean Walcott puts out there. That is all about power and control. All right? I mean, I know you're scared.
Right, I am scared. I'm scared to death. You know, you sit here and you talk about life without limits, you know, and breaking the rules. It all sounds very, very romantic. You want to know what the truth is about all that crap, Patch? People get hurt.
And who did it to you?
I have to go.
Please, no, listen to me. Come on. Whatever it is, come on. You can tell me I can help you. I swear I can.
I'll see.
Please, let me help you. I'm really starting to love the back of your head.
How much longer do I have to keep my eyes closed?
Just till I open mine. Keep them closed. You're almost there.
What is it?
Our new home.
Corinne! What do you think?
How did you find this?
Him? Arthur Mendelsohn. All this is his. The land, the cottage. He's letting us borrow it till we can purchase it.
Mr. Mendelsohn, I realize that under the terms of your commitment, you retain control of your assets. Nevertheless,
You learn anything about proctology yet, Patch?
A little bit.
Good. Take care of this asshole for me, will you?
You're a good man.
Well, are we? Is it me? I mean, are we good friends that occasionally kiss?
Patch, my entire life, men have been attracted to me. My entire life. When I was a little girl, I would look out my bedroom window at the caterpillars. I envied them so much. No matter what they were before, no matter what happened to them, they could just hide away, you know, and turn into these beautiful creatures that could fly away completely untouched. I hated men so much. I wanted nothing to do with them. Then I met you. The way that you help people, Patch. The changes I see in everybody that's around you. I love you. I've loved you for so long. You scared me.
I was watching.
watching you sleep.
A real knack. Impressive.
I love you without knowing how, or when, or from where. I love you straight.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is Larry. I was wondering if somebody could come over. Well, I'm not doing too well. It would help if I could talk to somebody. Okay.
Dean Anderson, I know what this is all about, and I assure you so. I'll
Sit
pay
down. Something happened last night. Corinne Fisher was murdered. She was with Larwood Silver. There's a shotgun involved, and he turned the gun on himself. Jesus Christ, Patch, I'm sorry. I know she was a friend. If there's anything I can do, hell of a deal.
Into your hands, O merciful Savior, we commend your servant Corinne. Receive her into the arms of your mercy, into the blessed rest of everlasting peace, and into the glorious company of the saints on high. Amen.
Told you I'd finish it some other time. Yes. I love you without knowing how, or when, or from where. I love you straightforwardly, without complexities or pride. So I love you because I know no other way than this. So close that your hand on my chest is my hand. So close that when you close your eyes, you fall asleep. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Can't disband, you know that, right? What about our patients? What do we tell them?
They'll manage. Managed before.
I refuse to quit.
Good.
God, you're being so self-indulgent. This has been your vision, but we all built this place, and it belongs to all of us. Corinne will always remain within these walls. If you just walk away from that, if you let that all die. I've dedicated every spare moment I have to assisting you in what I believe is a pure and a good purpose. Quitting is not going to help you get through this. You've always told us, stop it.
I've always told you what? People are good. Trust people? Ha! You know, Truman, in all of God's creations, only human beings kill their own species. Here's a fun fact for your final exam.
Corinne's death cannot make helping people wrong.
She saw it coming. She knew there was something dangerous about Larry. I didn't see it.
Pat, why are you being like this?
Because I killed her, Truman. I taught her the medicine that killed her. She'd still be here if I hadn't met her.
You can't leave.
What you say is true. Looks like I'm defying the laws of possibility. What are you doing? Oh, I can't leave until you beat me, is that it? Okay, I surrender. You're number one. You're the top student in the class. You're smarter than me. Is that what you want to hear? Now can I leave?
You know Mrs. Kennedy in 212. She doesn't eat. I visited her room every day for the last 3 weeks. I can't get her to eat. I know everything there is to know about medicine. I've studied relentlessly. I guarantee you I cannot outdiagnose any attending and surgeon in this hospital. But I can't make her eat. You have a gift. You have a way with people. You know, they like you. And if you leave, I can't learn this way.
So what now, huh? What do you want from me? Yeah, I could do it. We both know you wouldn't stop me. So answer me, please. Tell me what you're doing. Okay, let's look at the logic. You create man. Man suffers enormous amounts of pain. Man dies. Maybe you should have had just a few more brainstorming sessions prior to creation. You rested on the seventh day. Maybe you should have spent that day on compassion. You know what? You're not worth it.
You turn around and walk right out of here this very instant.
Why?
Everything will be delineated in your letter of dismissal.
Why?
You don't fit in. There are standards and codes. You make the patients and everyone else around you uncomfortable.
I make you uncomfortable.
Well, you can make this into a personal issue if you'd like, but the reality is you are not cut out to be a physician, and it is my responsibility.
Responsibility? You have one responsibility, to be a dickhead. How hard can that be? All you have to do is make sure your head is a dick and it's attached to your neck.
You leave immediately.
I want to see my records.
They're confidential. Only the step.
Please, you have to have permission. You can't just go in there and take your own file.
Your marks are basically perfect. You've got to be near the top of the class.
Look at this. Excessive happiness.
Actually says you're excessively happy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what does that mean? Isn't that good?
I gotta fight this.
What can we do? Dean Walcott seems thoroughly committed to your not ever becoming a doctor. Even Dean Anderson signed this.
Like this. You need my help.
I prefer to think I'm using you.
You have one shot. You'd have to appeal to the state medical board.
How does that work?
Well, you claim that a prejudice and injustice has occurred. They'll be worried about a suit. They'll have to investigate.
Then what?
They'll review your grades, which is good. You're almost top of the class, but mostly your behavior. Do you have any idea what Wolcott has on you? How'd you get these?
Don't ask. They can't prevent me from graduating because of a personality clash, can they?
Look, Hunter, this is a medical institution you're dealing with. You know, they draw their own law. You'll just have to get their focus on your high marks and off of this.
I'm screwed, aren't I?
You're almost a doctor. Right, they're a panel of doctors. Just think of them as your peers. And return these. And get a suit.
Hunter Adams, you've been accused of practicing medicine without a license. It's a very grave charge, son. Are you aware that it's unlawful to practice medicine without a medical license?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you aware that running a medical clinic without the proper licensing can place both you and the public in a great deal of danger?
Is a home a clinic, sir?
If you are admitting patients and treating them, physical location is irrelevant.
Yes, sir. Will you define treatment for me?
Yes, treatment would be defined as the care of a patient seeking medical attention. Have you been treating patients, Mr. Adams?
Well, sir, I live with several people. They come and go as they please. I offer them whatever help I can.
Mr. Adams, have you or have you not been treating patients at your ranch?
Everyone who comes to the ranch is a patient, yes. And every person who comes to the ranch is also a doctor. Every person who comes to the ranch is in need of some form of physical or mental help. They're patients. But also every person who comes to the ranch is in charge of taking care of someone else. Whether it's cooking for them, cleaning them, or even a simple task as listening, that makes them doctors. I use that term broadly, gentlemen, but is not a doctor someone who helps someone else? When did the term doctor get treated with such reverence as, oh, right this way, Dr. Smith, or, excuse me, Dr. Scholes, what wonderful foot pads, or, pardon me, Dr. Patterson, but your flatulence has no odor. At what point in history did a doctor become more than a trusted and learned friend who visited and treated the ill? Now, you ask me if I've been practicing medicine. Well, if this means opening your door to those in need, those in pain, caring for them, listening to them, applying a cold cloth until a fever breaks, If this is practicing medicine, if this is treating a patient, then I am guilty as charged, sir.
Did you consider the ramifications of your actions? What if one of your patients had died?
What's wrong with death, sir? What are we so mortally afraid of? Why can't we treat death with a certain amount of humanity and dignity and decency and, God forbid, maybe even humor? Death is not the enemy, gentlemen. If we're going to fight a disease, let's fight one of the most terrible diseases of all, indifference. Now, I've sat in your schools and heard people lecture on transference and professional distance. Transference is inevitable, sir. Every human being has an impact on another. Why don't we want that in a patient-doctor relationship? That's why I've listened to your teachings, and I believe they're wrong. A doctor's mission should be not just to prevent death, but also to improve the quality of life. That's why you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome. Now here today, this room is full of medical students. Don't let them anesthetize you. Don't let them numb you out to the miracle of life. Always live in awe of the glorious mechanism of the human body. Let that be the focus of your studies and not a quest for grades, which will give you no idea what kind of doctor you will become.
Mr. Adams, please turn and
Don't
address
wait
the
till
board.
you're on the ward to get your humanity back. Start your interviewing skills now. Start talking to strangers. Talk to your friends. Talk to wrong numbers. Talk to everyone.
Mr. Adams.
And cultivate friendships with those amazing people standing in the back of the room. Nurses, they can teach you. They've been with people every day. They wade through blood and shit. They have a wealth of knowledge to share with you. And so do the professors you respect. The ones who are not dead from the heart up. Share their compassion. Let that be contagious.
Mr. Adams, I demand that you turn and address the board.
Sir, I want to be a doctor with all my heart. I wanted to become a doctor so I could serve others. And because of that, I've lost everything. But I've also gained everything. I've shared the lives of patients and staff members at the hospital. I've laughed with them. I've cried with them. This is what I want to do with my life. And as God is my witness, no matter what your decision today, sir, I will still become the best damn doctor the world has ever seen. Now, you have the ability to prevent me from graduating. You can keep me from getting the title and the white coat. But you can't control my spirit, gentlemen. You can't keep me from learning. You can't keep me from studying. So you have a choice. You could have me as a professional colleague, passionate, or you can have me as an outspoken outsider, still adamant. Either way, I'll probably still be viewed as a thorn. But I promise you one thing. I am a thorn that will not go away.
Is that all?
I hope not, sir.
We will adjourn briefly. Hunter Adams. We find your methods less than appealing. Your appearance and your demeanor do not reflect what we believe is necessary to earn a patient's trust and respect. You openly accuse us of adhering to time-honored practices that for years have been the backbone of the entire medical institution. However, we find no fault in your attempts to improve the quality of life around you. We find no fault in your desire to expand upon existing medical practices and theories. We applaud your love of the patient. Your grades are among the highest in your class, and therefore we find no merit in the decision to block your graduation from medical school. Now, along with your crass and disdainful behavior, you carry with you a flame, which one could only hope would spread through the medical profession like a brush fire. And Dean Walcott, in the future, I think matters like this could best be solved if you yourself would practice a little excessive happiness.
So today you go from being students in a class to being members of a class, a very select class. You face the future with your heads held high because you are now doctors. Dr. Michael Ames, Dr. Doris Ackerman, Dr. Hunter Patch Adams.
Well, I'm happy to see you finally decided to conform.
More than you know, sir.